monkeys in here. It's like Planet of the Apes, boy.
猿が動いた。真上にもいるよ。あ、本当。
Not the first time I've seen monkeys out on hikes, but these monkeys are out here. They're looking for food. I guess people might feed them, or they slip in and they snatch the food from them. So they say make sure if you bring any food, you don't carry it loose on a plastic bag, because they'll snatch that bag right out of your hand. So they're coming out of the woods onto the trail to get food from people. So just be careful. Weston. Apparently this guy introduced Western mountain hiking in Japan and named this area the Japanese Alps, like the Swiss Alps but the Japanese Alps. So interesting. All right, this is the Kappabashi Bridge. It's kind of like the central area. There's a hotel and rest area where you can buy food, restaurants. I've noticed they have these bear bells and they have signs talking about bear sightings. It's kind of a thing in Japan right now with the brown bears getting sighted and coming into towns. Everybody wears bells to kind of ward the bears off. The black bears they have, they're not too aggressive like a grizzly bear, but anyway, if you see a bear, I guess ring the bell. Don't try to feed it. So here we go. Watch out for the bears. All right. Made it to the fork where Myoji Pond is. Myojin Pond. It costs money to go in the pond. I think it's 500 yen. Oh, I actually got to check my schedule to see if I have time to do that or not. All right, maybe I got enough time. I don't know. There's a soba noodle cafe. They got soba noodles and fish. The guy, you can see him right there. He's actually cutting fresh fish from the water. All right, they have a small cafe. There's a restroom here, and then a shrine with the typical shrine stuff that goes shuin, omakuji, omamori, all that stuff. And then yeah, the soba noodle shop's kind of basic. You know, they got soba noodles with fresh fish, and just plain soba noodles with grated radish, the daikon. May want to bring something to eat. Alright, this is the end of the trailhead of the Myojin Pond course. It's about 10 minutes to walk it. Small waterfall. Now the walk out here is kind of bouldery. It's a little treacherous. You know, they got elderly ladies and men with canes that can do it, so you can do it too. Just be careful. You want to roll your ankle, break anything. man right here, he got a medium format film camera. Oh my God. All right, more monkeys on the trail. Whenever I see the monkeys, I think of Monkey Shines. That Stephen King's movie, man, that shit was scary. All right, my man right here, he needs to wipe his butt. I mean, his butt is nasty. Someone hand him some toilet paper. Oh my God. All right, he's just coming along for the hike, I guess. That's my buddy right there, see? He right there. That's my buddy. Right there. Better keep up, buddy. So back along the east side trail along the river, from the Myojin Bridge to the Kappabashi Bridge. They say it takes about an hour, maybe a little longer if you run into monkeys and take pictures. Stop at the rest house back there. Alright, this is the Kamikochi Visitor Center. You can learn about the flora and fauna of the area. It's really well done. I mean, it's small. They got a bathroom. They also have, don't forget your stamp. Rather large stamp, pretty good quality. They got some souvenirs over here. Pamphlets, mostly in Japanese. All right, coming up on Kappabashi Bridge. It took me about 75 minutes to come from Myojin Pond, but I stopped at the rest house and had a drink. but probably took 60 minutes if I didn't stop. But yeah, this is definitely, it's post-COVID. It's crowded out here, but it's I don't know. The Alpine region of Japan, I've only been here a couple times, not this specific spot, but up in Nagano. It's definitely worth seeing. It's a different scene than Tokyo or Osaka, Kyoto. That's always what you hear about when people talk about going to Japan. But there's a lot of stuff out in the countryside that is definitely worth your time to make a trip out to. So you cannot drive up to Kamikochi, Kappabashi Bridge. There is a bus area, bus terminal that's down the road that you have to park at, and then you could ride a taxi or shuttle bus up to the bus parking spot up by Kappabashi Bridge. It's about 400 meters south of here. But that doesn't stop people from coming. It's still touristy. All right, it's all about food. Near the bridge, they got a restaurant, and then they have this snack bar, and they got some food on the inside. I'm looking at these things in the case right there. I'm gonna get one of those. I couldn't wait. This turned out to be like an apple custard pastry. It's pretty good. The karage, I ate it too quick. The karage was bussin'. Karage was pretty good. By the bus terminal where they drop you off. They also have shops and other information center, knickknacks and, touristy things you can get, and other food.